मेरा नाम राना लियाकत हुसैन है। ये मुझे बुखार हुआ था 104.8। तो मैं डॉक्टर सलीम के पास गया था। 3 दिन मैं वहाँ पे दवाई लेता रहा। वो मुझसे रोज़ के 1500-1600 रुपये लेते रहे। कोई चोट नहीं थी, बिल्कुल टांगें मेरी ठीक थी, मैं सही सलामत था। बुखार के अंदर जो है उन्होंने मुझे शुगर के अंदर मुझे वो ड्रिपें लगा दी, ड्रिपें लगाई हैं, तो उस वजह से ये काम हुआ है। तो उन्होंने बताया शुगर तुम्हारी 176 है। तो जब मैं यहाँ पर आया तो यहाँ 580 शुगर थी। तो ये मेरी टांग में रिएक्शन डॉक्टर सलीम की वजह से हुआ है। ये मैंने ख्याल किया तो मेरी टांग बच गई है, नहीं तो ये टांग कट जाती।
So we have a general lack of trust in all things around us, and it applies to patient and doctor relationships as well. Now, apply that to any situation in our country and you will find the same thing. From the shopkeeper I go to, so the first thing he tells me, oh, this is the right thing to buy for you, my first reaction is, that he's going to trick me into buying something useless. So the patient is not willing to accept bad news as the fact.
It is considered as a failure of either the individual or the failure of the patient, when actually it may be the failure of the pancreas, which is the organ that produces insulin.
And often who are called quacks but are practitioners in their own right are flourish because they cut down the bad aspect of the news. They provide hope, they provide miracles, and people flock to them.
Actually, diabetes and hypertension are mismanaged both by doctors as well as the parallel system of medical care that is very much entrenched in this country, the hakims and the soothsayers and the homeopaths.
It is unfortunate that in our society we have a lot of myths associated with the use of insulin, for instance.
And hence the alternative caregivers have the opportunity to jump in and tell the patients that they have a treatment to offer which will save them from insulin. It doesn't really do that, but patients are very attracted by that slogan.
Any given illness, on any given day, you will have methodologies claiming success, and in a gullible environment, it's like being in a sweet shop and being a kid without the responsibility to pay. I mean, it's there for the picking.
A few years ago, there was a gentleman in Hyderabad who was given the name of a sugar baba, who attracted hundreds, if not thousands, of individuals from all over Sindh and other parts of the country who were queuing up outside his workplace, or and they were being offered basically an alternative form of sugar as their treatment. His philosophy was that you have to break iron with iron, and we ended up getting a lot of his patients who had stopped treatments with blood sugars about 4 times the upper limit of normal, very dangerously high levels. So there is a distinction between the alternative care providers. By no means can you lump all of them into one category, but I think it is very important that individuals, as far as they can, realize the nature of the disease.
There are hundreds of myths. To me, the largest myth, people who do not have no problems with diabetes, they take it, you have got only mild diabetes. Now this is killing basically. There is no such thing as mild diabetes. Every diabetic has to be taken as seriously as somebody who had a heart attack. This is scientifically proven studies.
From a national standpoint, what we need is, first of all, a recognition of the problem. We need good city planning. We need parks, we need grounds, we need sports facilities. Our streets should be such that we can walk on those streets. You need pavements on the streets, and then you have to build on this in terms of increasing diabetes awareness, about maintaining weight and preventing weight increase.
The famous saying that genes is like loading of the gun, okay? Until and unless you trigger it, the gun is not going to go off. Same as with diabetes. It's like genes is like the gun is being loaded, but it's the lifestyle modification that is the trigger. If you can modify it, if you are not pressing the trigger, the gun is here with loaded genes, but diabetes is not going to be here, hopefully, for the next many years.
The only economic solution is to prevent the complications, and we can do that. We can prevent the complications for a lot less money than it would cost to treat the complications.
If I quote you just off the top of my head an example, for 2006, the dollars spent in the United States of America on diabetic foot problems was $75 billion. Now $75 billion is like running Pakistan for the next 10 years. That is the sort of numbers and figures you're talking about. We can't do that. We have to be innovative in our thought process.
Monitoring or checking, screening for diabetes has to be widespread.
Annual screening of their eyes can prevent them from blindness. Early screening of their urine can save them from kidney failure and dialysis. And early diabetes control, ideal weight control, ideal cholesterol control, stopping smoking can prevent them from heart attacks.
You see, the preventive aspect, which has to be delivered, it should be some kind of a door-to-door program where you educate a family or you trace a family in which there is a diabetic, and you educate the family as a whole.
We do an annual walk, diabetes awareness walk we call it. I know of clinics internationally which have got almost 0% complication rate in the last 10 years because they have managed all these parameters so tightly. If international world can do it, why not Pakistan can do it? Our community is not inferior in any way to any community internationally.